Let's rev it up with details on the Power of Fellows structure deck. You guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So we're in a really interesting place right now because we know that reveals are starting this week, but we also do know that reveals are starting for Doom and Dimension in the TCG as well, because we are literally like 2 weeks away from the set dropping, so it would make sense for everything to line up this week. So a lot of things I got to look at in this video today based on the perception of what could happen in, about 48 hours. So we'll wait and see. But starting off here, guys, leave a comment down below. One of you guys will be walking away with a booster pack as per usual. So structure deck Power of the Fell. So Yute has some singles up. I was just kind of curious to see, what the price of these Starlights are. So you tell me the full speed Warrior is just completely gone at 12,800 yen, and the Synchro Fellows is also gone at $12,800 or 12,800 yen. And then you've got Junk Warrior Extreme also just not existing. You're telling me that this structure deck, which has not had a lot of, big hits and a lot of big success in the OCG, you're really telling me that these were bought out? I'm honestly more surprised that the high end moved for this deck. Now, your secrets here, these are going to be, your alternatives that you could get. So, Full Speed, 1280, the Anchor Bolt, 780, Sonic Chick, 680, the Wheeler, 680, the Power of Fellows, 1280, actually. The trap card somehow is worth 780 yen, worth more than both of these cards. The Junk Warrior also coming in at 980, and the 980 on the Scrap Warrior. Yeah, I'm not the most surprised on that. Now, you get down here into your Ultras and things in the deck. Hey, look, $1 or 180. Surprisingly, the full Warrior's completely gone, but I guess that is for the rarity upgrade across the board, which is not surprising. The rest of these being extremely low, and the normal prints are worth nothing. And then, of course, reprints in the deck. Maxi has some value. Ash has its value too, because OCG doesn't quite get staples as often as we do. Droplet also coming in at 320 yen. So this deck very solidly has its value, but we got to move along. So, RB. We know that RB is going to be getting its second wave of support here. But what really, really caught my attention here was, where have all of the RB cards gone? Why are we seeing 16 listings on the Starlight Rare? Well, people told me that the Starlight is dog shit. Nobody's ever going to buy this card. Really funny, because, this card's been $20 for most of its life, and you've already ramped up to about 25 right now, on up to 30. Now, what's our sales conversion over here? A lot, actually. I can just tell you in the last day or so on 9.6 and 9.5, people are picking these up in extreme volumes because people are afraid, because the minute that video goes live and Konami goes, here's the rest of your RB cards, you're going to have people losing their minds and going crazy. Brute Blues here is another example of this. $25 Starlight Rares with 9 listings. That is horrifyingly short, actually, for what's left on the market. The Vulcan booster, surprisingly enough, there's 38 listings of this one on the market. I guess maybe people just didn't want to play the stonk market with this one, or maybe they just think this card's awful, but that's interesting. Stage landings have hit $5. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. If this archetype gets a second wave of support and it's absolutely broken, this card orbits into, hits $10 to $15. If this archetype is bad, this card flushes back down the toilet and goes $2. It's going to be the most coin flip thing that I have seen in a very, very long time. And as you can see, just on 9.5, alone, people are tearing through RB cards. Like, I'm honestly pretty impressed. Vulcan boosters coming in 40 cents. Same thing here with the Brute Blues, 40 cents. Both of your Ultras. It's crazy to me because, by the way, you can get 3 stage landings at 5s. And then you can get a master play set of this stuff on the low rarity for about 20 bucks. A whole RB core is going to cost you about $20. If you believe in this archetype. Funk Doc is also relatively cheap, but once again, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if RB is going to be good or not. The only thing that we can do is we see the people in the market are picking this up, and people are more willing to spend their $20 here than elsewhere. Mitsurugi. So I'm going to talk more about this on Monday, but Mitsurugi's kind of gone through a little bit of a rejuvenation over the last couple of days. And I think it's sparked some fear into people that Mitsurugi just needed a little bit of time to figure out, hey, like this is the combination of cards that you build into the deck to get the most optimal results. Yeah, it does look that way. Right now, quarter century rituals are down to 41s, which is kind of crazy. Amino Murakumos are 36s. Yeah, both of these are at all-time lows, actually. 37, as you can see there, but both of those going extremely downwards. Regular rituals are $10. I'm sure most of us remember how extremely expensive Ritual was. Not even 3 to 4 months ago, where you were spending $20, maybe even up to $28 to get a copy of this card. This card was the only real thing. You see, back in June, this was a $30 card. You flush down to $10 at this point. That's how fast the metagame changed. But look at your sales data here, people. Just in the last couple of days. Look at how fast these cards are turning over. It's astronomical to me. $6 for Amino Murakumos. But once again, on the flip side of this equation, this is also now massively cheap. So you got a couple takeaways here. While this deck is looking a little bit more scary as things are now, things have also gone down in price. So, okay. DDD cards. So I don't know what rarities are going to be, but Abyss Ragnarok, you got 14 listings for that, which is kind of scary. I love that you have to sift through all the DDDs. Swirl Slimes are like $7. This card blew itself out. All the builds have pretty much cut it. Count Surveyors, very, very strange. That Count Surveyor starting to gain its traction. I would not be surprised if come reveal starting and we find out something about DDD, and DDD is, somewhat cheap. This card's already trickling up to like $8, $9 at the moment. If you're gonna be surprised Pikachu faced by that, I don't really know what to tell you. It's just Marksman, King Tells. God, these are going up to, these are 4s on up to like 5s for the 2016 10s. Yeah, this card never has recovered really from its buyouts. It's such a strange thing to see just how well that card tends to do. I also see Orthrust is still $2 to $3. Marksman King Tell rares are 5s. No real change there. Divine Zero Kings, these are still 4 to 5s. Very low listings on that front, which still does its job. Destiny King 0, 30 listings, but no real change there. Wave King Kaisers, if you want plats, they're $2 to $3. That's not even bad. It all just depends on your niche interactions. Cerberuses, these are still dollars for Pendulum Domination. Nobody really plays it, but of course, Divisor Kings coming in at 2 to 3s. Wave King Kaiser's still $2. Abyss King Gilgameshes, these are still $2. Good shit, man. I thought Gilgamesh would have trashed down, but we just never reprinted it, so it just maintains. You're about to hit the ground running for that new support, so that's also kind of very interesting. I don't know what else to say. I'm more impressed. Still 57 listings, still holding at like $2. And a lot of people have been picking these up. All right. I also want to give a shout out here to Iron Thunder for Mega Pack 2025. This card has solidly went up through the roof. As you can see here on your turnover in the last couple of days, people are spending $2-ish on them just to have copies of them. And it's the same situation we've seen over and over again. Market's doing the market things. AKA somebody's picking them up and it's going crazy. But what do you guys think about today's market? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.